Hi, I'm Diane Degnan. I'd like to welcome you to the General Conference Digital Lounge. Since 1944, United Methodist Communications has been telling the story of General Conference. A lot has changed over the years, but the role of communication has only continued to grow. Today, my guest is Dan Krause, Chief Executive of United Methodist Communications. Welcome, Dan.
It's nice to be with you, Diane. Thanks.
So it seems like everywhere you look, there's someone from United Methodist Communications. What are some of the things that you're doing to support the General Conference?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Diane. The General Conference is really an all-hands-on-deck event for United Methodist Communications, and it's really unites our team and brings us all together. We've had people preparing for the last several years to be here and pull off this event. We have our news service here really covering the event, hosting the news and press room. We have our public information team, who is our interface with the media and helps coordinate press conferences. Our technology team makes all the technology happen for General Conference. Our production team makes the event itself, come off perfectly and flawlessly. We have our messaging team who's been working on the videos and on the speeches and working with all of the presentations that are going on during General Conference. We have InfoServe who's here to answer any questions that people may have. And the list really just goes on and on. We have so many different vital parts of what goes on at General Conference. It's a pride to really watch the work of the agency.
Well, that sounds like a lot. What do you think people would be surprised to learn, though? I know people know about a few of those things, but what would they be surprised to hear?
I think it goes back to what I just touched on a minute ago, how long our team spends really preparing for this event. It's not something that just comes together in the 2 weeks that the public sees, but we start years in advance. We'll be starting on 2020 in just another year or so, really preparing what is the messaging that will be coming out and working with the facilities to get everything planned for. We only have a matter of days to actually set up and get the event itself to happen, and it's a lot of planning in advance for that.
Well, in this digital age, it really underscores the role of technology and how big a role that plays in an
Absolutely.
Event like this with so many people here and so many different devices. I know it's a big deal, but how big is it?
Technology is just, as everyone knows, blossoming, and I think that that's something that we're trying to keep up with ourselves, is having a network that's available to support all the different devices that delegates and observers to General Conference have brought and are using. We estimate that at any given time there's 5,000 wireless devices in the plenary sessions, up to 2,500 concurrent connections. Plus, we've given more and more of our delegates tablets to be using with information on that, and we need to have a network that supports all that. So we have literally less than a week to set up the network. It needs to run for 2 weeks, and then we have to take all that down and make sure that we're able to support the data and information throughout the event.
I know just myself, I've had some technology needs that since I've been here, and there have been people
Sure.
here to help me. So what support are you providing to people who might need either a little additional help learning to use some of the newer devices that we have in here, or just making their devices work in this environment?
Absolutely. Well, I think one of the things we have is we have a technical support booth set up throughout the convention center. We're happy for people to stop by and ask questions in any way that we can help make sure that connections are working and that technology is working. We've done trainings across the connection on an international level for the last several months. We had 5 different training sessions for our Central Conference delegates who have received tablets to really replace a lot of the printed materials they would have traditionally brought to General Conference. So we've taken things like the Discipline and the Bible and the ADCA and put that all on tablets. Well, we went across and trained use of those tablets over the last several months. We've had training here in Portland on using the technology that delegates are going to be using, and we also have social media training that United Methodist Communications has put on and continues to offer at our booth if people stop by. It's an opportunity for those who know that the social conversations are going on about General Conference and aren't necessarily sure how to join those. We provide opportunities to be in the social space as well.
Is there anything that's really new and innovative this year for the first time?
There's a lot that's new and innovative for the first time. I think that's what, in a digital age, technology continues to evolve, and we try to embrace that as a church and as a General Conference as well. This year we have the Central Conference tablets that I mentioned as a first time for delegates to replace a lot of traditionally printed materials. We're trying to drive people to the website for the ADCA and a lot of other materials each day rather than printing items. We also have voting via electronics, and we have tablets on each table for delegates to signal that they would like to speak rather than raising cards as they've done in the past. So a lot of opportunities for interaction with technology for delegates and for making General Conference itself work. For us at UMCom, we're also using a lot of new technology. We have robotic cameras, for example, to cover the sessions in the plenary floor. Makes us be able to get the camera on people faster so that we can do a better job of live streaming the event to Methodists across the connection.
Not only is United Methodist Communications supporting what's happening at the convention center, you're telling the story of General Conference to the rest of the world. Can you tell me how you're connecting this whole event?
Absolutely. I think that's what makes it so exciting right now for our opportunity to use communications to drive the entire worldwide connection together. We have so many different ways for people to interact with what's going on here at General Conference wherever they are, that people can really be real-time updated on what's going on in ways that have never been possible and continue to evolve over time. We have opportunities for people to choose the media of their preference to join and follow General Conference. We have live streaming of the event. We have updates on our website. We have social media updates with videos, photos. We have our news service putting out stories throughout the day. In addition, people can subscribe to the Daily Digest from the United Methodist News Service for a recap of everything that goes on here. So really just trying to embrace the many forms of conversation that people may want to engage in to understand and be informed, and not just in this building, taking that to, we know people are watching across the globe right now.
Since I've been here in Portland, I've been seeing signs in the airports, on the street, and the convention center welcoming people to Portland and talking about the United Methodist Church. What was the advertising strategy that you used to welcome people here?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, Diane. Yes, we have messages all over the city. It's something that United Methodist Communications has done for past General Conferences. This year we really spent a lot of time trying to make sure that the message was something that would unite the church and really celebrate the work that God has been doing through the United Methodist Connection across the world, and have an opportunity for delegates to be excited about that work and being part of our church as well. The messaging really has three primary reasons that we're doing it, trying to target. First is welcoming delegates to Portland and building excitement to be at General Conference. Mm-hmm. Secondly, it's an opportunity to interface with the city of Portland, let them know we're here, thank them for hosting us. And third, it's a message of outreach. It's an opportunity to, again, celebrate some of the successes that God's work through the United Methodist Church has been able to accomplish, and to invite people to come along on that journey to see where that may lead us next. The message really is talking about united, we as United Methodists and united with God, all that we've accomplished to impact millions of lives across the globe, and also that invitation to see what's next and to come along.
Well, I saw that there are a lot of people stopping by the United Methodist Church, United Methodist Communications booth.
Sure.
What can they find over there?
Well, I think the United Methodist Communications booth, if you're at General Conference, I encourage people to stop by. It's an opportunity to find out about all the ministries that United Methodist Communications offers to support communication and to bring the connection together. But really on the local level, it's an opportunity to talk about how you can build a communications ministry and how we can help you build your local church using communication tools. So I encourage delegates and any visitors to stop by and find out about that for their local church setting. And at the same time, we have several fun activities and several giveaways. So I invite people to stop by and see that.
Some free things.
All the more reason to stop by.
Yeah, well, I'll have to be sure to get by there. So it sounds like you're doing a lot. I thank you for sharing all of that with us and with our audience.
Sure.
I appreciate you taking time to drop by.
It's an exciting
Thanks
time.
for joining us here in the Digital Lounge. Please check back for more interviews. Thanks.